Hi, guys. Want to know some of the top trends for next fall 2025 that you can buy right now? We are going to be talking today about some of the trends that we are seeing in Florence for the Pitti Uomo show. So, if you guys don't know, Pitti Uomo is the largest trade show for menswear in the world, and it is the best show on earth. Why? Because you are seeing thousands of well dressed men walking around Florence. Everywhere you turn, why can't men here look like that? So, one of the big trends that we were seeing, if you are going on Instagram to see what was happening there, there's all these peacocks that are around that, kind of course, want to be shot looking well. Because the weather is turning a little bit, I would say most of the guys were wearing a top coat. And I would say out of the guys wearing a top coat, they were all wearing a double-breasted top coat. So this is something that it's a great time to buy now, but you will be seeing more and more. You know how much we love a top coat. We do really believe that you need to have two coats in Canada. You need your downfill one for tomorrow when we have the polar vortex, but you also need a grown-ass man coat. And the great way to do that is with the double-breasted because it just gives you more style and more elegant. And to be perfectly honest, it gives you a little bit more coverage because it does fold over, so it keeps your chest a little bit more covered. And of course, we love the new double-breasted top coats with the peak lapel. So we've got one from Sand in the black. And then I love the one from Strelsa because it has even a more wider peak lapel. And it's also in the navy pinstripes. So, for double-breasted, it's something that we've been talking about for a while. We really love it. I really don't understand why men in North America have such a hate on for double-breasted. I always say it's only guys at the store who've got kahuna that will wear double-breasted because they don't mind being the best dressed man in the room, or they don't mind being, standing out a little bit more. But in reality, the double-breasted style has been around in menswear forever. It actually started in the 17th and 18th century when it was part of the military uniform. So think of the traditional peacoat. And then in the 19th century, it became part of men's more formal wear. So you would see it in like frock jackets or more evening attire. And then, of course, in the 20th century, it became the staple of elegant men in the 20s and 30s. Here, it had a little bit of a bad rap during the 80s when everything was oversized and sloppy looking. But the new double-breasted of the 21st century is definitely more of a slimmer fit. And definitely what we're seeing now is that wider lapel. We love a wider lapel because, again, it brings the eye upwards and helps to elongate the body. It helps to make your shoulders look bigger and your waist look smaller, which is kind of the ideal upside down triangle look that most men want to have. So the change with double-breasted is instead of seeing it in suits as much, we're seeing it more in blazers. So these are things that you can really dress up or dress down. So don't feel like a double-breasted jacket has to be formal all the time. I would definitely see this wearing this on the weekend with a turtleneck or with a hoodie underneath it. Still wearing it with your jogger, but again, just being a little bit more elegant and a little bit more fashion forward compared to all of your friends. But the thing is, with these styles, they're not fast fashion. A double-breasted jacket will last you for years. I would say we've been trying double-breasted for probably the past 10 years. I think it's slowly starting to pick up a little bit more in North America and Canada. I do find that guys who do venture out and buy double-breasted blazer, they always come back and say the same thing. I had so many people complimenting me, and can I buy another one? So it's a great way to update the style that you have. And of course, we know you guys have a lot of blue. Gray continues to be a really strong color that we're seeing into the spring and into next fall as well. One other trend that I did see from the Pitti Uomo show in Florence is suits coming back in a big way, but not being necessarily a solid suit. So something like the Palzolari one that has a very subtle Glen plaid in it. So a lot more suits that are showing bolder stripes or more softer checks, just to be a little bit different than the solid or a navy, gray, and charcoal that you usually have in your closet. So there you have it. Some quick peek of what is happening for next fall that you can actually get now and be ahead of the game. Spring is starting to come in every day. And then don't forget, we announced last week that we are doing our Valentine's Day party. We are going to be calling it Valentine's Noir. It's for all the lovers and all the haters. Again, I find for Valentine's Day, if you're single, you feel kind of ostracized and you don't know what to do. And then if you're in a couple, you feel all this pressure that you've got to do something. So either way, come party with us at our distillery store. 2 DJs, live music, fashion show. We'll have a dessert table, and it's going to be Valentine's Day War. So no red, it's all black. Tickets are going to be linked in our bio and also go onto our site, and you can buy them there. See you then.